Hello everybody, this is Frogman and welcome back to Levitated. Trying to remember exactly where we were last episode because it's been a little while. I actually recorded back-to-back those last two episodes, so it's been a couple of weeks. So let's see, I do believe last episode we made this quantum quarry, which is amazing because that's going to allow us to get access to a couple of things. And a very astute viewer noticed that I did screw up and put this ender chest right next to that quantum quarry. So anywhere that you put anything around the outside edge of this quantum quarry is technically an output for the quarry. So yeah, that was stupid. It was putting things into the trash can without me being able to sort it. I do not need to do this. I could have easily just shoved everything into, say, that chest down there and then sorted it between the various places that we need to go, but this is just me being me. So because of that, we at least now are sorting things correctly. They're going where I want them to go, and we're slowly but surely making materials. So let's go over here. I just wanted to say that I don't know if I showed this or not on camera, so we're going to show it now. That thing is producing enough random junk that we need 3 recyclers all maxed out, and that's mainly just so that I can kind of keep a little bit of a trash can capability open. So we're doing pretty good on this. We got 43,000 pieces of UU matter, which is cool, I guess. I mean, we really don't need it, but we're having fun making it just the same. So we're going to duck over here. I've been kind of trying to process some stuff. I had plans, I had plans for this episode to be starting into the next layer of, where are we? The next layer of stuff here, which was going to be building up advanced rocketry and getting a few things going, but we have a little bit of a problem, and that is going to be with the steady structure, the machine structure things. Let's see. Machine structure is going to be where? Did I miss it already? There it is, right there. These are going to require a lot of iron. They're going to require a lot of chrome and a lot of titanium and a lot of carbon and a lot of advanced alloys and a lot of refined steel. This is all pretty well done. These are all pretty well automated. We've got most of this sorted out. My biggest issue at this point, again, is going to be the chrome plates, because the chrome plates, pretty much the only way we're getting chrome plates, again, is from industrializing. Where is it? That into this, into industrial electrolyzing ruby dust into its various small pieces parts. And like I said, I have not figured out where the heck I'm supposed to get that from. That's yellow garnets. We haven't hit a point where I think we can get yellow garnets yet, because I have not seen them come through the system. So we're basically taking every single ruby that we've got, just clear that out, running it through a bunch of that stuff up there, and then running it through the electrolyzer up there so that we can get all of the chrome out of it. And I think we're doing pretty good at this point. Yeah, I've got 129. We got pretty low. With all the crafting and everything that we've done over the last couple of episodes, we've managed to use up quite a bit of stuff. Now, unfortunately, right, the miner here is off because I kind of let it run a little too long and filled up the crushers, so I'm going to have to do something about that. It has currently got a red laser lens in it because of the fact that a red laser lens improves the ability to get more of the red type colored stuff. So this is red, so we can get red. Now, technically, I could probably get it with the orchid from the overworld, but we don't really need it. Anyhow, we're running a tier, is it tier 6? I forget. Did we make this a tier 6 yet, or is it still a tier 5? Actually, we could probably go a little bit faster than this. 7.147, yeah, so they're about the same anyway, doesn't really matter. But yeah, we were trying to run a little bit of that. The problem is every other red ore that goes with that red lens is also coming up. So red lens is also going to allow you to go clear all the way to tier 5. It's mainly going to be these two and redstone, and we got a whole bunch of redstone running out of our ears now, pretty much. So yeah, 25,000. I may actually take a bunch of that redstone dust here and run it through the trash can system, because we're doing pretty good. That's fine. Let's see, where are we? We need to come up here. I just kind of try to make sure these things will stop running, and they don't want to stop running. Okay, we're back to making ruby ore again. That's good. What is this one making, I wonder? Looks like quartz. That's the other offshoot, I think, that comes out of it, even though it's not marked, is nether-related materials. So good. We're pulling redstone. We're doing that kind of stuff. Rubies are good. We need rubies. We need them badly because of the fact that we're kind of slow on stuff. So I did go throw in another industrial electrolyzer over here because of the fact that we're trying to push 2 different materials out now. The bauxite is coming from the system and it was kind of clogging up everything. So now we have 2 industrial electrolyzers, one for ruby dust and one for bauxite dust. Those are just going to be the way that those work for now. Okay, because, like I said, because of all that silliness and because of that fact, I can't really move forward in the direction that I want to move forward with this. And I'm going to just, for the second, dump a bunch of this redstone because it's going to fill up that mess a little bit. So let's just do that. And you should be able to be gotten rid of. Yes. Okay. We're just going to let that run for a little while because we probably dumped a good several hundred things of redstone ore in there, maybe more than that. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on that, let it run down for a little while. We'll be okay. Again, we can't do much with the advanced rocketry right now until we get a considerable amount of the chrome so that we can start building those pieces. So what I want to do today actually is we're still kind of low on things. So I've let this run, excuse me, this morning for about an hour, and I processed most of everything that we had beforehand. And our dilithium ore, we've gotten 25, we've gotten 20 mana-infused ores, and we've gotten 12 platinums. Now, the platinum decided to start coming in this morning. I let most of this run the other day, and that's about most of what we came through. And I kind of looked at it and I said, well, if that's the only way we're going to be getting those kinds of 3 ores, then it may be actually time for us to set up a process that will allow us to get the most out of those ores for us. So they're incredibly rare. We're only going to see about that many as it is. And I really don't feel like sitting around waiting on the base to sit there and slowly grind those out. Now, yes, I could theoretically make a bunch of those little quarries. And for the matter, I do believe we are running the end marker in this. In order to be able to get those ores, you need to be running either a marker from the end or from the nether. So as it states in here, let me see, mana infused metal. If you click on it, you need to either, and this is how I figured this out, was that they notice how they don't have any kind of, this is how this comes from here. It's just telling you those are there. If you're just running this regularly through the overworld, you will not get that stuff, or at least I have yet to see it. So the end or the nether, either one of those markers, you should be able to be picking this stuff up. I let it run for quite a long time just without a marker in it, without a filter, or without anything, and I wasn't getting nothing but garbage. So that's pretty much how we figured that out. So what we're going to do today, now that I rambled on for a short period of time, is we're going to look at ore tripling. So we need to look at, we'll just take this mana ore again, and we'll use it as our friend at this point. So hit A on him so we know what we're doing. We can just smelt that straight for an ingot, or we can smelt that straight for an ingot, or we can use a flux anodizer in a redstone furnace to get 2 ingots. If we take the pulverizer, we can then take this and pulverize that into 2 dusts, and we'll get a little bit of gold dust occasionally. Or we can use the tectonic initiator, I believe, excuse me, I can't read today, and that will give us 3 things. So as far as I know at this point, that is as good as we're going to get aside from this little thing here, which we can easily do at this point because of all the redstone we got. I went and took a whole bunch of that cinnabar and put it in the trash can pretty much. So we had like 500 or 600 cinnabar, and I was like, what am I going to ever do with cinnabar? So I ran it all the way through that and put it through the trash can. So I think what we're going to do is continue to take this rather rare junk and put it in the trash can. So no big deal, no problem. We're going to do something that I have not done in, I think, a good long time. I know it's been a while. I think it was Compact Claustrophobia that we did this. So and I was doing it for gems, which is really silly. Anyhow, we're going to do the click on this, go that direction, and we're going to do the tectonic initiator process, which is going to allow us to do a few things. And that's going to mean that we're going to have to create tectonic petroleum, which is petroleum dust that you melt down in a magma crucible, which you then craft from basalt's powder, pulverized obsidian. And I was wondering, is it obsidian dust or things? This is one of those points where we're going to kind of fool around with this a little bit, because I think I'm going to want to create the thermal pulverized obsidian instead of the obsidian dust or the all that kind of stuff. So basalt's powder is pretty easy as far as this goes. We're just going to take obsidian and we're going to hit it with a little bit of liquid XP and a fluid transposer, and that's going to give us that stuff. So the first problem we're going to have to do is make sure that this is going to give us the most amount of stuff that we can possibly get. And as far as I know, pulverizing or grinding, sag milling, basically, obsidian is going to make sure we're going to get the 4 pulverized obsidian that we want for this thing, because any other way is going to be 2, or we could craft it using that stuff, or the other thing that we can do, I guess, let's just obsidian. Where is the obsidian dust? Obsidian. I like saying things stupidly just because it's fun. Obsidian dust can be gathered up using, can I do it this way? Again, a pulverizer or a mechanical squeezer or crusher. Crusher will give us 4. I do not want to do that. Okay, so obsidian dust can be done this way as well. I did not quite get to that point, because essentially what I was going to do is I was just going to let this sag mill that we took out a little while ago be the thing that creates stuff. So since we're kind of getting to a point now where I have to have the sag mill back, because this, click on the right button, the grinder will not produce Fluix dust. So we can go ahead and put the sag mill back in place, and it can be the one to make the encoded patterns, or that kind of stuff, the pulverized obsidian. So that's ready to go. The next step we need to do is kind of think about the rest of this. So I did go ahead and craft up, and they were all in my inventory until just a minute ago, a pulverizer with a reinforced with a couple of things, a magma crucible so we can melt down this stuff, crucible even, and a fluid transposer so that we can craft the rest of that stuff, plus the ender tank with the liquid XP in it, and some other little parts and pieces. This shouldn't be too hard to do, and what we are going to do is we're going to use an ME interface in case. I think I want to use an ME interface. I think I'm going to need that actually for other things, but I wanted an exporter, which we should not have at this point. No. Make one of those, and then make some cards type 1 of the capacity 2 go. We were just kind of busy crafting some of this stuff so that we can then do what we need to do. And I think actually I'm probably going to need to do even more than that as far as the exporters are concerned. Exporter. Make, I don't know, 2 more of those just in case, and we'll see how this goes. So, oh, and the thing that I think we're going to have to worry about doing is the tectonic. This thing right here is going to require us to make one of those petroleum dusts. Now, do I have half of that stuff? Now, so servo, click on you, and let's see. I should have clicked on the button. Hit that button correctly there. There. Now you got it. All right, so we need 2 bronze plates and a signalum gear, and I think we might still have some signalum in here. I have 3. I love it. 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 Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go ahead and craft one of those, and then I will see you guys back once we get all of that little pieces parts done. So, yeah. Okay, I think we got everything we need built. I got some capacity cards, some XP port buses, and a couple of other little things. This is going to be one of those little janky setups that we're just going to set up and run and hopefully let it just do things. It's not very, well, we're not going to have a massive influx of this stuff. So, like, again, I want to try to make sure we're using as much of everything as we possibly can. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to need to plop this guy down. Probably like a Sioux about right there. So we can go ahead and put that on it. And then I got a couple of this stuff kind of somewhat set up. I think this is the way I want to do this for right now. No. Go away. I think you're going to go out the bottom right here. And then we're going to put an export bus on that side. We're going to flip that lever, and that should put that stuff in here. And I'm going to go ahead and power you from about right there, I think. So let's see if we can run this across the ceiling. Kind of like that, maybe. And then that'll get us a little bit of power going. Problem already that we do have, and it's something that I've already seen a couple of times, is the fact that as soon as I try to pull any of that pulverized obsidian out of the system, it's going to turn into the obsidian dust stuff. So we're going to have to actually cheat it a little bit because of how this is going to work. So let me load up this export bus and go to there, done. And I'm only going to do that to do that. And you can have that right back, not like it really matters. Done. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and do a crafting card for that. Now, yeah, I can get away with just making this stuff, and you know, it really probably should be the way that we do things. But at this point, I really have a whole lot of other things to do. I've got like 400 or 500 of this stuff, and I'd have to pull it all out, put it back in, do a few other things. So it's not a humongous problem. But we'll worry about it later. We don't need to worry about it now. We just need to get this thing sorted. So let's go grab a little bit of that obsidian dust, which I think I probably have a bunch of. I got a little bit. Give me a stack of that. We'll run this through it. I think it's 2 per as it goes. So this should work. Yes. Okay, so that should produce that kind of stuff. What I want to do there is I want to go ahead and just put a storage bus on this. I know it's kind of silly, but I want the AE system to do the crafting. So you should be okay to do this. Yes, good deal. And then I only want it to extract. Nice. So now you know what's there. The rest of this stuff is going to go over on this side. So because of the fact we have to then craft that mass, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put an export bus here with another crafting card in it. And then we should just be able to do like a, I don't know, an interface or something like that right there, maybe. And yeah, I think actually we can do it this way. Go like this, give me that interface. We'll put you right here, and you are going to be set to extract. Do that and auto input so that we can take our materials and put them right here, and then it should just dump it right off and bring it back out. I mean, I think the only thing that's really going to change about this whole mess is it may end up outputting a piece of something that it might try to do. But anyhow, let's just do it that way, and then power. So you guys should fill up. You're filling up. Good deal. Can we go make our upgrade finally? Yes, we can. Okay. Augment for this is that, I believe. Oh, no. We got to make this stuff. So one of those, and I guess while we're at it, just go ahead and use that up. So we've got that good to go there. Put those away. I thought I had 2 bronze plates. I do not have 2 bronze plates. I need to go over to the fast one up there. Which one? Plate bending machine? Do that, please. Thank you. Awesome. And then we should be able to make that thing. Yes? Okay, cool. So now that should be able to do what we need to do. The ores that we want are going to be the dilithium and the platinum and the mana infused. All of these are just going to let stack up inside the system for now until we end up with too much stuff. So that's gonna be, shoot, I should have grabbed that. Hang on a minute. Thank you very much. So what is that stuff called? It is called petroleum dust. We need one of those, please, and then we can go. Let me quit doing that. Okay. So you are going to be set to take petroleum dust, which should mean that should put that in here once we do that. Right? Oh, yeah, that did. Wow. Cabling. Put that in there. 1, 2, 3, and then that should hook everybody up. Well, that'll do that for now. So that should be pouring that in there once we get this caught up. That's petroleum dust. You can do that. That should start filling this up. And then all I need to do is tell you to do dilithium and platinum and mana infused ore, and you will slowly work your way through that stuff and put it into here. Let's go grab a little bit more of that stuff we don't want. So obsidian, dust, and do I have a hopper? I don't know if I can do this. We're gonna go just something, anything like that. That'll work. Just something to get rid of this extra junk that we don't need right now. Can I manage to make that work? Not likely, mainly because of the fact everything is where it is. We'll just do that. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Just finish it. That'll be okay. That'll come down here slowly but surely. And once that gets enough stuff to craft that up, it won't be pulling those out. We should be just ready to go. That will slowly build up. That's built up nicely. Good. So then it's going to just work its way. I did not want this to be ridiculously fast. I just needed to work through this stuff as they come in. And that should be catching up as far as everything else goes. So we'll just put those and those and those and those in there and see what we have as far as platinum. So I do need to go tell this that, and I do need to tell, it's not going to get to that point yet. We'll go up here and tell our nice little smelting system. I think we have room for another one in here. There you go. Go to work. So that'll start making those. Wonderful. That stuff came out of this. And I think actually at this point we're done playing with that. So let's see. What do we got? Where are we? And that all looks like it should be working fine. Cool. It's just going to take it a little while to get through some of these little things. So what I probably really need to do is look at the next line of upgrades. But that's going to require cryothium dust, which is blizz powder, which is a similar process with snowballs in that thing. So I might get bored and just run a whole bunch of snowballs through that as well and make a bunch of blizz powder. So click. How are we doing? We good? No, don't. Everything looks good. Everything's going. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's where I wanted to play. I need to all that wonderful stuff. I need to let this run a lot. We're gonna need a lot of those things. So just looking at the specific things, rocket engines, as far as just rocket engines are concerned, for one, we need the stuff for these, the platinum, which I'm actually probably wasting my time with these because I need to be able to make Endurium blend. But I think we could probably make that through some other things. But we needed that plus the mana infused plates just to be able to make the engines. I think there's another engine. I keep seeing, yeah, okay, there it is. There's the liquid fueled engine. Again, those are platinum ingots with mana infused plates and titanium plates. That's almost the exact same recipe. Almost exact same recipe. Uses almost the same amount of stuff. But that's one of the major problems that we were going to need, because in order to be able to build a rocket and get out of this world, we have to be able to process that stuff decently efficiently. So I think with what we have left for time, I'm going to probably just call it there, guys. I did want to get that done, and I think hopefully over the next episode or two, or I should say, I said that last time, we're going to be working and playing with Advanced Rocketry, and that's just going to be me trying to make up a decent amount of this stuff, because every one of those is, well, every 4 of those is going to be, well, one of these. So right? Well, 16. Okay, that's not nearly as bad as it looks, but it's still pretty bad considering the fact that a lot of the parts pieces that go with advanced rocketry is made with machine structures like the inputs, the outputs, the fluid hatches, the power plugs, the things, gas charging pads, altitude controllers, railguns, things and stuff like that that we may or may not make. But I believe this is the next thing after this for us to craft. So we'll work on that next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Before we leave, I need to at least say this. I did finally get a machinist that has the engineer's blueprint for the arc furnace electrodes. So this is who you're looking for, and he did finally show up. So the only thing we have left that we need to get is a librarian with the airtight seal. So now we're done. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.